easier. Every single week still feels like a financial struggle. Like, no matter how hard you try, you never have enough money, you never have enough time, and somehow you're still behind. Like, you're still feeling behind. Because, my God, if that's you, I need you to hear me. There is nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with you. But there is something wrong with the way that we were taught how to make money. That's what's wrong with this with this system. So hello, welcome. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. This week went by so extremely fast. I thought it was just Sunday. So welcome. Let me know in the comments where you're watching me from. Yesterday I had someone come in and she was in the Philippines. That was very fun. I love the fact that, again, we can connect with the entire world just from one social media platform. So I just love to know all the time, love to hear, love to read where my content is being pushed to. So, you know, I'm sorry, this is like kind of hot today here. Let me see here. There we go. I feel like that's better. Okay, so as a mom, you do anything, right? You do anything to provide for your kids. And you have tried other things before. And if you could, I know you'll split yourself into like 20, different people just so that you can give them a better life, right? That's all we care about. That's all we dream. Like, as soon as we become moms, that's all we care about. Like, we want our children to have a better life than we did, right? um and it is the feeling of it is so overwhelming, is that it just keeps you up at night because you want to give them, like, you want to be there for them, and then you're also want to be able to have enough money for all the expenses that you need to pay. Like, it's just stress. So it's not that you're lazy. Hi, welcome. Let me know where you're watching from. Thank you for visiting. It's not that you're lazy or that you're unmotivated. It's really that you have tried other things, but the only way, but the way the sorry, I only told you the way that you needed to do. So other things that you have tried have told you basically why you needed to do the things and what you needed to do, but everything that they missed to tell you was the how. A lot, like when you're in other different companies, it's like, okay, this is what you need to do, these are the income producing activities you need to do, you need to message people, you need to do this, you need to do that. And they tell you, like, write your why, because it's so important. If you're going to be successful in business, you have to know your why, and because it's going to drive you. And there we all are, because I was the same exact way. I was like, oh, there I have to be like motivated 100% all the time, which is completely unrealistic, right? um and message and call people and message people, and friend strangers, if you need to, like, go to the grocery store and talk to the cashier, talk to the, it's a lot, you know what I mean? So they all those systems, they tell you, thank you, hello, welcome. So they all those systems, they tell you, like, what to do and why you need to do it, but they don't tell you the how many times they're like, okay, you're supposed to message this many people. Okay, but how? Like, what is the first thing that I say? What is the first, like, what if they ask me questions and I don't know because I'm new? You know what I mean? Like, that was always like a thing that I was like, okay, I understand that you want me to message people, to tell them about our offer and stuff, but how? What do I say? Like, you get into your head and it gets awkward. Like, how do we do it? So that's what this blueprint, this is how this blueprint is different, because this blueprint actually tells you the how so that you can, be successful with your business. So that's what I'm actually going to talk about today, you guys. So today I will go in a little bit more detail on the different four different types of products that I offer. So I'm gonna give you guys just a little bit, because I do want to make sure that you actually go ahead and get the information, but I'm just going to break it down a little bit for you so that you know exactly what this blueprint offers you. So there are four different types of products that I actually offer. And so the first one is the Launchpad, right? So the Launchpad is, for people that just are new to digital marketing and they sort of want to just learn a little bit, to just kind of like dip like your feet into digital marketing. You just want to kind of learn what is it about. So that's what this Launchpad is going to teach you. So it's basically going to teach you how to copy paste free ads on the World Wide Web, and how to set up your social media platform so that it's just kind of easing you into digital marketing. So that's the Launchpad. The Launchpad is $100 plus the $39 for your website fee. So when I keep telling you guys and talking to you guys about like your funnels and stuff like that, that's what I'm referring to. So your website fee is only $39. So you'll pay the $100 plus the $39. That's the Launchpad product that we have. And all of these products, by the way, are digital products. Okay, so that's already an advantage, because it's like, who wants to have merchandise all over their home, right? Like, we make it easy for you. This is digital. You just, and I'll tell you the details on how you can actually resell it and all of that, right? Excuse me. Okay, so the second product that we have is the Passive Daily Pay Blueprint. That's actually the one that I started with myself. And then I just upgraded. But so that's the one that I actually started myself. So it's a simpler, like beginner friendly path to start creating online income. So that's basically what the Passive Daily Pay Blueprint is. And so with that one, you get the 300 a day passive blueprint, so that you can learn the skills of how you actually can make $300 a day. And with that one, it's basically $300, because that's the cost of the product, plus the $39 for the website fee, for your website fee. But with this one, actually, you're not only going to have the Passive Daily Pay Blueprint, you're actually going to get the Launchpad as well. So now you're unlocking two source of income just by purchasing the one. So, you'll walk away with the Passive Daily Pay Blueprint and the Launchpad as well. Okay, so that's really exciting, because it's like you don't have to pay $100 for one and then $300 for another one. So you're basically getting both with the purchase of the one. And then so the third product, hello. Of course, thank you. I'll be here for half an hour. So thank you, and thank you for joining, by the way. Thank you so much. Okay, so the Digital Mastery is this is where you kind of start learning those high income producing activities. So you're gonna start learning how to do your emails, like your newsletters, your emails, marketing content, how you can create marketing content and automations. Plus, you actually get the other two. So now you have the Digital Mastery, and you get the resale rights as well, the master resale rights, not only for Digital Mastery, but you get for the Passive Daily Pay Blueprint and the Launchpad. So when you purchase that product, you're already walking away with 3 different products. That's why I always tell you guys, like, we do have different type of products depending on what would be better for your viewers. Like, not everybody needs either, I don't know, maybe someone just wants to, that is completely new to digital marketing. They don't want to overwhelm themselves with everything, so they just go ahead and purchase the 100 to start learning, right? So, and then the fourth one is the Legacy Builders program. So with that one, you get so the website fee again for that one is $39 and then the $900 for the Legacy Builders program. But that one actually unlocks all 4 different products. So you will have like $1,900 worth of products that you can actually resale. And then you obviously get the master resale rights with that one. You get certified to become a reseller. So you get your little certificate and everything. And that's, again, that one is going to have the Launchpad, the Passive Daily Blueprint, and the Digital Mastery, and of course the Legacy Builders program. With the Legacy Builders program, that's actually more like, again, it's like a high income. It's like if you're already trying to build full-time income. So that's what the Legacy Builders program, we're actually helping you to build your own empire, like you leave your own legacy, and how to do that. Okay, so that's what the Legacy Builders program does. Okay, now let's think about this, right? Because let's just say, like, if you, like, for example, when I used to be in network marketing, in order for me to be able to, let's just say that I wanted to pay with my business, that I wanted to pay my rent or my mortgage, right? What would happen? So to be able to make, I think it was like $52, I would actually have to be a manager. So I actually first had to climb up the ladder a little bit to make a little bit more money. But if I just sold, let's just say with the Legacy Builders program, you make $900, right? And so if I needed to make, let's just say, the $900, and I earned $52 for every membership, I would have to get 17, I guess let's just say 18 customers to be able to make the $900. 18 customers, I mean, it doesn't sound that bad because it's a membership and people can, do it and stuff like that. But it's like, that's 17 people you have to actually get to purchase the membership and stuff like that. And with that system, it's like if you have like kickbacks, like if you have to then repay what they already paid you, because they used to pay me in advance for the whole entire year of what the membership would be. But if the person came out before, then I had to pay back what they had already given me. So there's like the stress of that type of way to generate an income. Is like, okay, well, I got paid, but am I really gonna have the money, or am I gonna later on have to actually end up paying it back because they pay me in advance? So I will have to help 18 people to be able to generate the $900 that you can do here with just one product with the Legacy Builders program. So, but let's just say, how many customers will you have to have if you purchase the Legacy Builders program? How many would you have to have in order to pay your rent, which is your bigger bill of the month, or your mortgage, right? So if it's, I don't know, most people say 2 to 3 customers, right? 2 to 3, like, let's just say if you do, 3 customers, that is $2,700 that you make from helping 3 people. And it's not like you're just selling something, you're literally helping someone else to change their life with this product, because it's no longer, how am I going to make an income? You actually learn the skills for attraction marketing, you learn the skills for digital marketing, you learn the skills on how to set up your social media, how to, even go live, how to, post content. Like, literally, it's so beginner friendly. It's like ridiculous how beginner friendly is. Like, I'm still learning, but a lot of the things that I know how to do is because I've learned them with this product. So imagine, like, how many people, would you have to help with this Legacy Builders program to be able to pay your bills, right? So that's basically what the 4 products are. You get actual mentoring, and on Monday, so you get mentoring every single Monday. With the Legacy Builders program, when you purchase it, you get mentoring every Monday, and then you also get like tech calls. If you are struggling with tech, you actually get to have that type of help. Or right now we're doing a 90-day run, so like every single day, our mentor actually puts information out there for us to learn, and that we can turn around and basically implement it to be able to keep our business going and put the content that we need to put out daily. So we learn all those skills, and she's been walking us through from like basically beginning to what it's supposed to be, right? So we're doing that 90-day run right now, which is really, if you actually wanted to be part of it, you you don't need to start from the beginning. You could join us right now and actually learn all these skills so that you can also learn how to make, have a $900 customer yourself. And, some of our community members have already mastered the skills of actually having passive daily pay. So imagine if you actually did at some point master the skills to actually do a daily customer at $900 a day. That's $328,000 a year that you can actually make. So it is, we teach you the way how to generate that so that you can actually have those type of goals. But if you were to learn those skills, you can actually make that a year. Okay, so and then you don't have to build a team, you don't have to be bothering friends and family, you don't have to do any of those activities in order for you to have customers come in, right? So one of the things, some of the things that I wanted to talk about, or really is one of the things that I just dislike so much, because like I was telling you guys the other day, like at least 7 people out of 10, and this is like the statistics, they don't like their job. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. Like, how do you feel about your job? But then you're like, I want to give it up. I want to not be here anymore. But then what happens? You start thinking about like, okay, if I get another job, what am I gonna do with the kids? Who's gonna watch them? Where am I gonna leave them? How much more is it gonna cost me? Is it gonna be an extra expense because if it's like farther away than what you're used to, like you have to think of all of those things in order for you to make even the consideration for you to get a different job. You know what I mean? Like you want to try something better. You want to do better. You just want a different life than what you have right now. But when you start really thinking about all the things that you're gonna have to do in order to attain that, it's like, forget it. Like, why would I even start? It's just gonna be more struggle than just staying here. Most of the people say, like 51% of those, people said that it was because the flexibility of their job, maybe like their schedule they're already used to, and most importantly, 51% said that it was because of the pay and the benefits, that they just didn't want to leave their job. And so it's just like I was telling you guys yesterday, it's like we're trapped in this system where it's just like we want to get out, but we just don't know how to get out, because everything is like you only have those 24 hours during the day and you're already spreading yourself like super thin, so that's why, like, I just don't believe that having to make money or making money should be a reason for us to be stressed out. You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't be that way. But if you really think about it, it's the one thing, money, that we are always stressed out about, because we work so hard. We do, like most people work like one full-time job at least, and that already is too much. But then you have to find something else to do on the side because more expenses come in all the time. Like it's just insanity. But why be so stressed out about generating an income? You know what I mean? So it's not that you're not working hard. The problem is that, hello, welcome. Why am I old? Because that's how life works. Sometimes it's just life. Thank you for your question. Hello, welcome. So, like it's not that, that you can't work hard. Is that the problem is that your energy, for example, I've told you guys that I'm actually disabled. I have chronic illnesses, and because I'm always in so much pain, like, today was a really weird pain day for me, and so for me, I just don't have so much energy to do many things during the day. It's just like I can only do so much that my body would allow me, like depending on how much energy I have. So that's a thing. Like I've tried so hard, but then again, it's like a traditional job. I can't be consistent in a traditional job anymore because of my illnesses and because of my struggle. You know what I mean? So imagine a person in that situation that, oh, you cannot work right now for whatever X, Y, and Z, whatever the reason that you may be. For example, like if you've ever been in a car accident, you know what I mean? Like they limit you on everything that you can do, and sometimes they limit you if you have to, can you keep a job, or can you do these things until, like the case closes or things like that. And it's just like, okay, how do people expect me to pay my bills if I can't do the work for it, right? So That's kind of similar to what like I go through. Like I can no longer keep a traditional 9 to 5. My illnesses won't allow me to do that anymore. You know what I mean? So that's why I had to look for something else. I had to look for something again that I could do from home that didn't require a lot of time, and that was automated. That's when I found this blueprint. Like I found this blueprint on Facebook a few weeks later after actually starting looking for something like that. And I was like, what it got me was like, it's exactly what I asked for. Something, because this takes 2 hours to implement. Um, it's automated and you really could work it from anywhere. Okay. So another thing is, so like for example, in that situation, if you can't work, what if your income didn't depend on how you felt that day? You know what I mean? Like, because if you are trading time for money, if you don't show up, there's not gonna be any money, right? And like that's one of the worst things that we can do. Like continue to trade time for money, because like you don't have that much time. You know what I mean? Like if you could, like I said at the beginning, if you could, like because you want to provide for your children and because you want to give them your best, you for sure are gonna like, if you could split yourself in 1,000 pieces, you would, just to make it happen and to actually give your children a better life than what you have. But we only just have the 24 hours. And if you're already struggling with illnesses that don't give, that don't allow your body to have any energy, like what do you do? And then the stress of like, oh, wow, so I'm not even capable of doing this or that or the other. How am I going to make money? Then you have to depend on people to help you. It's just like the struggle is 100% real when you can no longer keep a traditional job. You know what I'm saying? So number two is like trading time for money will always keep you behind, right? It's just like, again, I was just saying, like if you don't have, you already work 8 hours, let's just say, but then it takes you an hour and a half to 2 hours probably to get to work and then come back home. That's already how many hours are, like 10 to 12 hours just dedicated to work. And then you have 12 hours. You sleep for 8 hours, so that's like 20. You have 4 hours left with your life. And then you still have to take care of the kids, get home, make dinner, help them with their homework. Like, where do you get time to give more time to anything? Like, if you wanted to get even a part-time job is going to be 4 hours. And you have to factor in, like, the journey to get there, the journey to come back. How do you do that? It's not impossible. People are doing it, but why doing that? Why do that to ourselves? Why put ourselves in that situation when you can actually learn skills to automate your business so you don't have to be concerned with any of that, right? Like, like if you're feeling me, like type yes in the comments, because it's like, why do it harder when there's a simpler way? Like that's just like how I feel about things. Like, why do things harder? Like if there's a simpler way, look for the simpler way so that you can help yourself. There's no a badge of honor for anymore, at least back in the days, but anymore for someone that is exhausting their body to nearly like fainting over working, over making some money. There's no badge of honor for that. Like let's not do that to ourselves, right? So what instead if you could just work the 2 hours a day and still get paid? Like just basically, keep your business going by telling people about your offer. It only takes you 2 hours to get those income producing activities done during the day. And then you can move on with your life. Let the automated system do the rest of the work for you. So like while you're at work, you can still get leads, people who are interested in your offer. They can still go in the system while you're at work, while you're picking up the kids, while you're dropping off the kids, while you're grocery shopping or, cooking, whatever, like whatever activity that you're doing in your life, you can still get people into your system no matter what, because it's there, it's working for you 24/7, and then you only have to dedicate 2 hours a day. So even as a part-time, this is only 2 hours. A part-time would probably take you 4 hours a day, right? So even as a part-time, this is only 2 hours and you're done with your day. You could break it down however you need to. Like if you need to do half an hour in the morning, an hour later on, half an hour in your lunchtime, however you want to break it down. And that's how simple this is and how manageable, it's flexible. Another thing is you don't need more effort. You need a system, right? So yes, because all of the companies, like I always talk about this, like all of the companies that you love have a system. Like all those big companies that you order from every single day that you get packages coming in the next day, they have a system. Imagine if they had to DM every single person that was interested in their product. Imagine you being one of those big old companies. You'd be like, okay, we need to get a better way. We need to automate this because there's no way that we can hire that many people to be answering DMs every single day. Hi, welcome, Nevada. Hi, welcome, welcome. So, you know what I mean? That's what you learn. You actually learn how to automate your business. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. According to someone else, I look all today. Um, Jalal said that I was looking all, but I'll take the pretty. Thank you. I appreciate you. So, I mean, that's what you do. You actually automate your business just like you could consider yourself one of those big old important companies because you'll know how to automate your business the exact same way that they automate their business so that you don't have to be glued to your phone 24/7. Like we don't want you to be glued to your phone 24/7. You're so kind, thank you. Welcome, Adriel. Thank you. Hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. It's great to see you guys. So anyway, so that's why you automate your business so that whatever it is that you're doing with your life, you can actually have your business running. So you don't have to be telling your child, "Hey, just give me 1 second because somebody just messaged me, and if don't message this, we might lose the sale." You get to talking to your kids and your kids already know, like, if I'm on a live, you need to be quiet. If I'm on the phone, like this was back in the day when I was doing network marketing, it was like, if I'm on the phone, you already know that you need to be quiet because it's most likely business. You know what I mean? Like to have your kids like, okay, don't bother me right now. Like close the door for a second because I need to do this. There's none of that you have to do here. Your system does the follow-up for you guys. So it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, one, because I actually thank you, Navea. So that's where when you automated your system, it runs on the background for you. Yes. You know what, Adriel, yes. Actually, with these skills that you're learning, when we were on a training earlier today, and they were telling us like this is insane because the actual skills that you actually learn from this blueprint, you can't have other businesses. Like this blueprint that you get is something someone already created. You get the master resale rights for it. So exactly how they created and how it's actually helping so many, like our community is about to hit 60,000 people in the community right now. Okay, because that's how fast we're growing. And so you actually get to, oh my God, I lost my train of thought. Oh, okay. So you can actually create other products. You learn, like there's an actual video for you to learn how to create other products. So it's not just this is just so that you learn how to um, um, develop your attraction marketing skills, digital marketing skills, social media and all of that. So this is basically a program which is live. It's an interactive program that you purchase and you learn all these skills. But if you don't want to promote this blueprint, you don't have to. That's what you're purchasing the product to learn all of those skills. But while you're learning, we also want you to learn. So that's why you get the master resale rights from this blueprint so that actually you could actually sell it. So while you're, maybe just living your life, maybe someone might ask you like, hey, what do you do for a living? And it's like, oh, this is what I do. And you might even get a sale that way too. You know what I mean? Like, not that you have to bother friends or family or DM strangers or none of that. But if you had, you have that availability to give to someone. It's like, oh, this is what I'm learning. If you want to purchase it, here are my products. You know what I mean? Like super simple ways for you to actually generate. Yes, get your products and plus it all together and get a money plan. Absolutely. Yes. You know what I mean? Like you could do so many things with this blueprint. Like you learn so many things. Like I've told you guys before, you could learn skills. Like if anyone here is interested in TikTok shop, there is a module on there for that for you to learn. If you want to create your community on school, you can learn how to do that too with this blueprint in this community. So there are so many things like the things that you can do with it, because you learn how to actually create other products and start other businesses. You don't have to, but everybody here is like, it's inevitable. People are on going on affiliate marketing, or how to brand themselves so that they can actually make deals with companies because of their brand. For sure, Adriel. Yes. Exactly. So yeah, for sure. So all of those things, this blueprint, it just facilitates things for you. So where it's just like you can have an automated system do things for you. You only have to work 2 hours a day, and when in the times that when you just cannot do it because of whatever issue you may be, because life is life, and sometimes when life is life, you get problems in life. So if at that moment, like one time, for example, one of our ladies in the community, she was actually sick, and she was at the hospital bed. She even took a picture at the ER from the hospital bed, and she had gotten $900. She literally was at the hospital bed at the ER, and she made $900. Wouldn't you want to have the skills to learn how to do that? So like, even if you love your job, and even if you are one of those 3 out of 10 people who actually love their job, but you wanted more money because your job might not be giving you extra, or you might need something else on the side. That's the type of, life we get to live when we start learning the skills and implementing these skills. Do fall that happens, but don't give up. You fall, but don't give up. Oh yeah, for sure. And you know what I mean? Failure, really, I mean, you have to fall in love with failure, because it's like, that's just how you learn. You know what I mean? Like when you fail, you learn. You learn a lot of things quicker. You know what I mean? Like people succeed, and they succeed, the one time. But I mean, all the failure is what gets you there to that success. So it's like how Gary Vee says, like, fall in love with failure, because that's just part of it. You know what I mean? Exactly. There you go. Failure is progress. That is for sure. Okay, you guys. So let's just talk about how you are thinking local sometimes. You know what I mean? Like when you say, oh, I have a business, this business, like you're thinking, okay, well, who can I help here in my state? But no, this is a global thing. You know what I mean? Like there are 5 point something billion people, like 5.2 billion people on social media, in the world that actually use social media. And you actually get to tell them, you learn the skills to communicate on social media and talk about your brand, talk about your product, all those skills that you learn. And you could help everyone globally. Like, let me know, guys, like if there's anyone, like, where are you from? Like, where is my content being pushed to right now? Like I've had people from the Philippines, from Sweden, like, this is global. Like I'm literally reaching people out all over the world, and you can learn the skills to do that too. So like if you guys have seen my post on when I post the wins for our community, and you see that people wake up, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I just woke up and I had a $900 sale. Well, because it's a global business. So like, maybe sometime someone on the other side of the world, yes, on the other side of the world, finally say, hey, you know what? I'm going to get started. And you're sleeping, but because your content is out there, you know what I mean? It's like we call it real estate. Like you have your content as real estate on the social platforms, and it's out there working for you. And when people finally say, you know what, I've seen this person and I think I want to do what they're doing, I want to really learn more about it. You might be sleeping, but thank you so much for the love. But that person might be like, you know what, I'm ready. And it might be like that, at night, like 2-3 in the morning, when you're like, what am I going to do with my life? Because it's like something needs to change when you get into that mindset at 2-3 in the morning. And that's when people are like, you know what? I'm going to try this because I've tried so many other things, but I want to try something else. You know what I mean? And this might actually work. I've tried so many other things before this, and it was always in network marketing, and because of, again, my health and how I was, I couldn't continue in network marketing. So it was like, it could have been easy for me to say, you know what, I'm not going to try that because it's like, I don't even know anything about digital marketing. I don't know how to use it, what it does. Like, I could have just said that, but I was like, wow, I joined a webinar and the way the mentor explained everything. And then the, the ones, the testimonies. Oh my God, the one that actually got me was Amy's. Testimony. She had 2 full-time jobs, you guys. Good ideas come from not going to sleep. Yes, for sure. So she had 2 full-time jobs. She was a waitress and a trucker. Those are super demanding, like physically demanding jobs. She had those 2 jobs, full-time jobs, and had 3 teenagers who she was like not even like getting to know anymore. Like she the one time that when I actually attended that first webinar, she was saying I was literally just bumping into my kids on the hallway on my way to my next job. Can you imagine like how I'm telling you guys, we do this for our children because we want them to have a better life to be around. And that's most that we are around with them. Like we see them grow, that they like look up and they're like, oh, mom is right there. Oh, she's right there. Can you imagine that feeling of not having to leave your children with a babysitter because it's like, oh, I'm here and I work from home. I make money from home. I make money from my cell phone. And you know what I mean? Like I'm doing it from home and I can be with my children all day long if I needed to have that flexibility of time and money so that you can actually create the memories that you want. You know what I mean? Because we're working so hard to make that much money, but then we don't have the time. You know what I mean? Or we have the time, but we don't have the money. You know what I mean? With this, people in our community, we're able to have both. And there's no difference into like the people, or maybe the only difference is that at some point we were like, okay, enough is enough and something has to change. A lot of us actually said that. Like when we tell our story, it's like we just felt like we needed to change something. Something had to change for sure, 100%, because there was no way that we could continue living that life. And you know, when you really think about things and from that perspective, it's like really something needs to change is when you really get to taking action, because it's just like there's the only way that I'm gonna get myself out of something is by taking action. You know what I mean? And that's basically how a lot of us got to this, because we just wanted something different. We wanted both the time, with the freedom, financial freedom, and the time freedom as well. You know what I mean? Yes, we survived to keep our children safe. And that's what matters. Family first, absolutely, 100%. And that's what, like, back in the days when I used to work at the school district here, I was like, what? I hated that I had to ask permission. One time, my son had to have surgery, and they wouldn't give me the permission to be with him, and he needed me for 2 weeks. I'm not a resentful person, but every time I tell that story, there's something that tugs at me at my heart, because it's like, you mean to tell me I'm over here working 100% and giving you my all in this school to help someone else's children grow and be successful, and when my own child needs me, you're telling me I cannot be with him? Like, it was, to me, that was an insult that was told to me. It's like, how? Why? Like, you know, like that idea that you have to ask permission to live your life, it blows my mind, and I can't. I've always been that type of person. It's like, okay, I'll have a job, but I'll try something on the side. Like I've been like, seriously, guys, I was in real estate. I was in a network marketing company that did credit restoration, because I was in real estate. So I'm like, that makes sense. I was in another couple of companies too, because I've been trying to not have to be stuck to a boss telling me what to do, because I'm not good to be told what to do. I'm just not for it. But when it comes to my family and you tell me that I cannot be there for my child when he needs me the most, I was like, never again. I'm just not going to have a boss no matter what. Yeah, social media. There you go. Thanks. Make it that. But see, this is the thing with this type of business, Adriel. Actually, there's not much that you have to do it. It's an automated system that's, you set it up one time. It's like literally, it's one-time investment. You set up the automated system one time. There are no monthly fees, and you get to make 100% of the profit because of the master resale rights. there's really not a lot more that needs to be done. This is a product, and because it's a digital product, there's no inventory you have to have at home or worrying about shipping things or none of that. It's a digital product. You actually get free access to the community in school as well. So that is an interactive program. It becomes an interactive program once you get in, obviously, because again, you have daily coaching, weekly mentoring for tech calls, that if you need something with tech, like it's just mind blowing. And it's, I mean, from someone that didn't know anything about digital marketing, this is my first time ever being in digital marketing. And for me to have this confidence of all the things that I know that I've actually learned with this blueprint, it's mind blowing. Like, you just me being here on YouTube, it's insane because I didn't even, it never clicked in my head that I could also create content on YouTube. I just thought that, oh, well, let's just consume content. I didn't even know how to post on here, you guys. Like, I learned that from, from this blueprint. So, yes, first. Okay, confidence is key for sure. And with consistency comes confidence. So I always talk about consistency. You could try anything and everything, but if you're just gonna do it here and there whenever you feel like it, forget it. You're never gonna grow the confidence because consistency is part of being confident, no? All right, so if you're tired of living like this, you guys, all right, if you're ready to see what a simpler way could look like, my website is miriamsdailypay.com, like literally my name on here. That's where you go and get the information for the blueprint. If you guys weren't able to make it to the webinar we had today, because we had one at 5 p.m., if you weren't able to get to the webinar today and you want to find the details to hear about about the testimonials, we had two single mamas just talking about how they were able to do it. We had a dad, a husband who just wanted to provide for his family, and I mean, he would sell anything and everything on Craigslist, and he would feel so bad because it's like, oh, he would tell his wife, like, he felt bad that he was selling the things, but they needed that, you know what I mean? So he understood sales a little bit. He got into digital marketing, tried some things, none of them worked, got to this digital marketing program, and I mean, he's been so successful. And he just comes and tells about his story, about all the things that he got to go through before finding this product and all of those things. So if you want to see those testimonies and learn the details more in detail for the blueprint, just go to miriamsdailypay.com. That's where you find the information for the blueprint. And if you want the replay for the webinar, if you missed it today, I don't know, like I had some people that actually registered, but sometimes time is time. So if you weren't able to make it for whatever reason, go to my website. When you receive the email with the video, all you have to do is reply to the email and just say, can you please send me the replay for the webinar, and I'll go ahead and send it to you guys. Okay, so that you can actually, I mean, I understand, we all have different times, and sometimes we can't make it, or sometimes we're just too tired and not ready to take in an information. Sometimes that happens to me. So whatever the issue is, but if you do want to have the replay for the webinar, today's webinar, once you get the email, go to my website, get the email, and just reply to it, and I'll go ahead and send you guys the replay. Other than that, that was pretty much all I had for you guys today. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I'm really grateful. Adriel, you were amazing. Thank you so much for your time. And I will see you guys tomorrow, Friday. Yeah, so any questions, all you need to do, miriamsdailypay.com. Again, is the name right here on my YouTube channel, miriamsdailypay.com. And if you have any questions, just reply to the email and I'll answer your questions. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.